Imagine looking up at the night sky, thinking it's eternal, unchanging. But what if I told you that the universe itself is slowly wearing away? Space erosion isn't just a sci-fi concept, it's a real, chilling phenomenon that's reshaping our cosmos right now. From the tiniest particles to the vastness of galaxies, nothing is safe from this cosmic decay. And the scariest part? We might not even see it coming. Stick around as we dive into the terrifying truth behind space erosion and what it means for the future of everything we know. You start seeing shadows move on their own, but when you look directly at them, they stop. It begins in your dimly lit apartment late at night, where the only light comes from the flickering street lamp outside. You're alone, working on your laptop, when out of the corner of your eye you catch a shadow sliding across the wall. You turn your head, and it's gone. At first, you brush it off as fatigue playing tricks on your mind. But then it happens again. And again. Each time, the shadow moves just a bit further, just a bit faster. Your heart races as you try to rationalize it. Maybe it's a car passing by, or a tree branch swaying in the wind. But the street is silent, the air still. You stand up, your legs unsteady, and approach the wall where the shadow last moved. You reach out, expecting to feel nothing, but the air is colder there, thicker. A whisper of a sound, like fabric rustling, brushes against your ear, but there's no one there. You're not sure what's more terrifying, the possibility that something is there with you, or the thought that your mind is unraveling. The shadows don't stop. They just wait for you to look away. Objects in your room appear in different places than you left them, with no explanation. Imagine this: you're in your bedroom, a place you know like the back of your hand. You've just finished reading, and you place your book on the nightstand, right next to the lamp. You turn off the light, and as you're drifting off to sleep, you hear a faint, almost imperceptible sound, like something sliding across wood. You brush it off, thinking it's just the house settling. But the next morning, the book isn't on the nightstand anymore. It's on your desk, across the room. You didn't move it. No one else was home. At first, you laugh it off, maybe you were more tired than you thought. But then it happens again. And again. Small things at first, a pen, a pair of glasses. Then larger objects. The chair from your desk is suddenly in the middle of the room. The picture frame that was on your dresser is now on the floor, facing the wall. You start to question your sanity. You set up a camera, but it captures nothing. The objects move when you're not looking, or maybe when you are, but you just can't see it. The air in your room feels heavier, charged with something you can't name. You start to sleep with the lights on, jumping at every shadow. And then, one night, you wake up to find your entire room rearranged, furniture in places you'd never put it, as if someone, or something, has been living there with you all along. You pack a bag and leave, but as you're walking out the door, you hear it again, that faint, sliding sound. You turn back, and for a second, just a second, you think you see your bed shift, just slightly, as if something beneath it has moved. You hear whispers calling your name when no one is around. It starts on a quiet evening in your apartment, the kind of silence that feels too heavy, too deliberate. You're sitting at your desk, surrounded by the faint glow of your computer screen, trying to focus on work, but there's this sound. At first, you dismiss it as the wind or maybe the neighbors, but then it happens again, a whisper, clear as day, saying your name. Your heart skips a beat. You pause, listening intently, but there's nothing. Just the hum of the fridge and the occasional car passing by outside. You shake it off, chalking it up to fatigue. But then, as you're about to return to your work, it comes again, closer this time, almost like it's right behind you. You spin around, but the room is empty. The air feels thicker, harder to breathe. You tell yourself it's all in your head, but the whispers don't stop. They grow more frequent, more insistent, as if whatever's calling you is getting impatient. You start to notice other things, shadows that seem to move just out of the corner of your eye, a cold spot in the room that wasn't there before. You try to rationalize it, blame it on the old building's quirks, but deep down, you know it's something else. Something that shouldn't be there. The whispers become a constant presence, a relentless reminder that you're not alone, even when you're the only one in the room. You start to dread the silence, because in the silence, the whispers are loudest. And then, one night, you see it, a flicker of movement in the mirror, a face that isn't yours staring back for just a second before it's gone. You tell no one, afraid they'll think you're losing it. But the truth is, you're not sure yourself anymore. Are you imagining things, or is something from the vast, decaying cosmos reaching out, trying to make contact in the only way it can? The whispers continue, unanswered, a mystery that lingers in the air like a bad smell, leaving you to wonder, what if space erosion isn't just about the universe falling apart, but about something else, something unseen, slowly seeping into our world? You're alone in your bathroom, brushing your teeth before bed. The water runs, the light flickers slightly, and for a moment, you catch your reflection in the mirror. But something's off. Your reflection. It's still brushing its teeth, even though you've stopped. You freeze, your heart pounding. Then, as quickly as it happened, your reflection matches you again. You tell yourself it was just your tired eyes playing tricks on you. But the next night, it happens again. This time, your reflection smiles at you. A smile you didn't make. You step back, your breath quickening. The reflection mimics you once more, but the smile. It lingers in your mind. You start avoiding mirrors, but you can't shake the feeling that something's watching you through them. And then, one night, you see it. Your reflection isn't just mimicking you anymore. It's changing. Becoming something else. You turn away, but the image is burned into your memory. You don't know what's happening, but you know this, your reflection isn't yours anymore. And whatever it is, it's getting closer to stepping out of the mirror. You feel an unseen hand touching your shoulder or brushing past you in empty rooms. It starts in your apartment, late at night, when the silence is so thick you can hear your own heartbeat. You're alone, or at least you think you are, until that unmistakable sensation, something, or someone, is there with you. The air grows colder, a sharp contrast to the warmth of your breath as it fogs in front of you. You turn, expecting to see nothing, but the shadows seem deeper, more intentional, as if they're hiding secrets just beyond your understanding. Your pulse races, your mind scrambles for rational explanations, a draft, perhaps, or your imagination playing tricks in the solitude. But then it happens again, this time closer, the touch more deliberate, sending a shiver down your spine that has nothing to do with the cold. You call out, your voice barely above a whisper, "Hello?" The silence that follows is deafening, but you know you're not alone. The presence lingers, unseen but undeniably felt, as if the very fabric of space around you is eroding, allowing something from beyond to seep through. You back away, your movements slow, deliberate, afraid to provoke whatever shares the room with you. The lights flicker, and for a split second, you see it, a figure, indistinct but there, before the light returns and it's gone. Or is it? The question haunts you as you stand frozen, the line between reality and the unimaginable blurring before your eyes. The night stretches on, the presence a silent companion, until dawn breaks and the sensation fades, leaving you to wonder if it was ever there at all, or if the universe is slowly unraveling around you, bringing with it horrors not meant for human eyes. Time seems to skip, and you find yourself in a different place without remembering how you got there. It starts on a quiet evening, you're walking home under the dim glow of streetlights, the air crisp with the scent of autumn. Your phone buzzes with a message, but when you look up, the street is empty, the lights flicker, and suddenly, you're standing in the middle of a deserted highway under a pitch-black sky, no cars, no signs of life, just an endless stretch of road. Your heart races, your breath quickens, and the cold sweat beads on your forehead. You try to recall the last thing you remember, but it's like a chunk of time has been erased. The silence is deafening, broken only by the distant echo of what sounds like whispers, but you can't make out the words. You start walking, each step feeling heavier, as if the air itself is resisting you. Then, out of nowhere, a faint light appears in the distance, pulsing like a heartbeat. Drawn to it, you move faster, but the light seems to move away at the same pace. Panic sets in, your mind screaming that this isn't right, that you shouldn't be here. And just as suddenly as it began, you blink, and you're back on your street, the message still unread on your phone. But something feels off, the stars above seem dimmer, as if something vast and unseen is slowly consuming them. You rush home, locking the door behind you, but the feeling of being watched doesn't fade. That night, you dream of the highway, and the light, now closer, whispering your name. You wake up with a start, only to find your window open, the curtains fluttering in a breeze that wasn't there before. The stars outside are fewer now, and the whispers are louder, creeping in from the edges of your hearing. You realize with a sinking dread that whatever took you to that highway is still with you, and it's hungry. You see figures standing in the corner of your eye, but they vanish when you turn to look. It starts in the quiet of your apartment late at night, the hum of the fridge the only sound. You're working on your laptop, researching space erosion, a theory about the universe slowly decaying. The screen's glow is the only light, casting long shadows. That's when you notice it, movement. Just a flicker, there and gone. You shake your head, blaming tired eyes. But it happens again. This time, you're sure. Someone, something, is there. Your heart races as you slowly turn your head. Nothing. Just the empty corner of your room. The air feels heavier, charged with something unseen. You tell yourself it's stress, the late hour playing tricks on your mind. Yet, the feeling of being watched doesn't fade. You stand, your chair scraping loudly in the silence, and walk to the spot. The temperature drops. Your breath fogs in the air. Then, whisper, so faint you wonder if you imagined it. It's already here. You spin around, but the room is empty. The laptop screen flickers, the research on space erosion now displaying an error message you've never seen before. The words decay in progress flash once before the screen goes black. You're left standing in the dark, the silence pressing in, wondering what else is eroding besides the universe. Your dreams feel so real that you wake up unsure if you're still dreaming or actually awake. Imagine this, you're in your bedroom, the same one you've slept in for years, but something's off. The air feels thicker, like you're moving through syrup, and the shadows in the corners don't just stay put, they twitch. You tell yourself it's just sleep playing tricks on you, but then you notice the stars outside your window. They're not twinkling, they're fading, like someone's turning down the brightness of the universe. Your heart races as you realize you can't remember the last time you felt truly awake. Every blink feels like a gamble. Will your room still be there when you open your eyes? You pinch your arm, but the pain feels distant, like it's happening to someone else. The silence is deafening, and then you hear it, a whisper, not from outside, but from inside your head, saying, "This is not your world anymore." And just like that, you're not sure if you've woken up at all.